Oh my gosh, this video is such a long time coming. I guess I'm sorry. I don't know if I should apologize because I personally think it's pretty cute, but sorry if you can hear Severine babbling in the background and blowing raspberries. Mr. Owl is currently taking a nap, so she's here with me. Yes, darling. If I look and sound exhausted, it's just because I am. Anyway, woo, where are you? Different background, oh my word. Sitting on a black velvet chaise, bat-shaped cushions, bat-shaped cups. Could it be that you are back with all your belongings? Yes, yes it is. That is how it be. Where does the story begin? Some weeks ago, the last few weeks have just been like mental, a bit crazy, risky maybe. I'm so sorry about all the raspberries. She just really likes blowing raspberries at the moment. Yeah, I know. You want to help me with the narrative? You want to help me tell my story? A wee while ago, it seemed like things were all just sort of coming together. So for example, COVID restrictions started to ease up a wee bit in New Zealand. A wee bit. They completely removed all the COVID travel restrictions for entering the UK and Germany, and also the lease on our house was about to renew. I thought it was an ongoing thing, but anyway, the property agent said, oh, it's been a year nearly, would you like to renew your lease for another year? And I thought, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't. We've been living for a year in Paraparaumu, nice funny name, in Kapiti, which is like near Wellington in New Zealand, up the coast a wee bit by the beach, very peaceful, very nice, lots of retired people, very safe, you know. We literally had like a proper house with a white picket fence and a lawn and everything. So all very pleasant, but really expensive. And with the renewal of the lease, they were going to put up the rent, which was already at like the boundaries of what we could afford. It's like, okay, cool, thanks for that. So we were like, all right, well, festival's coming up, maybe we should just go. So we did. Mr. Owl and I absolutely killed ourselves cleaning our house, getting it absolutely spotless and perfect, packing up everything we had. We put all of our things into a big storage shipping container. It was a gargantuan task, oh my god. Got Severine a passport, and because passports due to COVID are massively behind in their work, we got her passport. Despite having ordered it weeks before, I got it back 2 days before we travelled. Always works that way, doesn't it? You can't have travel without stress, can you? We put all our stuff in New Zealand into storage and then flew for 35 hours to Scotland. It was absolutely surreal. It's so weird to come back here because my plan pre-COVID had been to sort of bounce back and forth between Europe and New Zealand. I'd intended to stay in New Zealand for about 6 months and then come back over here. COVID happened, so it was 32 months before I was able to come back. In that time, I'd had that many dreams. Like every other night I'd have a dream that I was like in Glasgow or in Edinburgh, and I'd be like, oh my god, I can go to my flat, you know, and there'd always be like something preventing me from getting in, or I've lost the keys or something like that, you know. I was having these also extremely realistic, really realistic, vivid dreams. I have what's called like hyperphantasia, so like such a very visual imagination that like you can have a dream and it's like being there. So I kept having dreams where I was absolutely convinced I'm in Scotland right now, it's not a dream, I'm actually here, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I'd wake up and I'd still be in Wellington. I can imagine how very weird and dreamlike it felt to arrive at Glasgow airport and drive back into Paisley, which is where my flat is. Coming back to my flat wasn't quite the joyous event that I'd been anticipating all that time. More on that later. We were here in my flat for about a week, and unfortunately we all three of us got colds. Always seems to happen. Every time I come here I get a cold first thing. So we didn't really get to do anything for that week. Then we flew to Germany to go to the Wave Gothic Treffen Festival. I know, it was even weirder going back to Leipzig because, you know, if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I lived in Leipzig for about 2 years and I was in Germany for nearly 4 years. So it was just like mind-blowing. It felt weird to be back there, really weird. In a good way, like comfortable and familiar, and it was just, amazing to see so many friends again. I did vlog it, so there will be a vlog, at least one vlog. So we did that, and I kind of figured that there was no way we could go to a music festival that big and not get COVID. So it surprised me not at all when we got back, and I was like, oh, got COVID. I had some of those rapid antigen tests, so we took one each and we both had like faint but definitely positives, so it's like cool. And Mr. Al and I, after just having had colds, were once again like dead. It wasn't that bad really, it was mostly just being really tired. The actual COVID itself wasn't that bad, it was just like really tired. Unfortunately for me, mine turned into probably pneumonia. Like, I didn't go to the doctor for it, but I had like a phone appointment. I had like all the symptoms of pneumonia, so pretty much I'll just say I had pneumonia. It was pretty bad. Oh, I was like throwing up, just felt sick all the time, hacking up like thick dark. Oh, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and it just kind of like lasted, you know. It was just like fuck, every day it was just like still feel like shit. I took some antibiotics, which made me feel worse because the side effect of those was like nausea, so I felt even more sick and pukey. So it really wasn't a good time. I feel like I'm like pretty well over that now and ready to face the world and ready to get back into action. Still a bit wiped out, but yeah. We've been here in Scotland for a wee while now, but unfortunately we haven't been able to do like anything fun. We took a day trip to Edinburgh just to like walk around. We didn't actually do anything, I just wanted to like be there and show Mr. Al my favourite city in the world. But yeah, we haven't actually done anything fun yet at all, so there's like so much to make up for. Now it's so much easier to get around and go on day trips and things like that, especially when you've got a baby, if you have a car. So I thought about renting a car, but then I found out that it was actually cheaper just to buy one. So I've bought this like piece of shit car. It's fine, it goes, that's about the extent of it. So basically now we have the freedom to go on lots of adventures, and I really want to share those with you. So many of you were like, I really miss your vlogs. I'm like, well fucking so do I. Me too. There's been nothing to make vlogs about, you know. New Zealand's really beautiful and all that, but there is nothing to do there. It's so boring and so expensive there. I've just got this massive list of stuff I want to do, things I want to try, places I want to go, stuff I want to show Mr. Owl. And of course this flat had no electricity or hot water, so no gas, no internet, things. So we've had to go through the tedious process of setting all of those things up. I swear, like every single thing we have done has had problems, delays, errors. There's like not a single thing that we've had set up lately that hasn't come without some measure of bullshit. But we're all set up now, we have everything ready. Mr. Owl is streaming on Twitch again, like every day he's there. I'll start doing that again soon. I'll be doing my live streams every week again. Yay, because I actually really miss those. I miss talking to you like live. There's just been a lot to do and a lot of difficult customer service representatives in the way. We're all sorted now. Onwards to glory. So yeah, basically it was just this wild, nuts few weeks of preparing to come over here for a few months at least. I don't know how long we're gonna be here for. We haven't like moved here. A lot of people are like, oh, have you moved back to, like, no, we can't. We haven't like moved here, we just are here. One does not simply move to another country. The plan's kind of open-ended. I want to say thank you to everybody for all the well wishes, because I made like one wee Instagram story post thing saying like, hello, I've probably got pneumonia and I feel like I'm dying. So many people like sent me really nice like well wishes, which does actually help. It makes you feel like better. It must have gotten through the ether and helped me get better. Anyway, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. You know you want to. I swear I'm usually less than this. sort of. Apologies for the very long silence, the very long lack of activity online. Anyway, I hope you have been doing well. I've got a travel vlog coming shortly and more to my story of why coming back here wasn't that great to start with. So as always, take care of yourself, be nice to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye.